little bit of transparency. This is about my 7th or 8th take, just trying to get the intro because I'm having a bad stutter date. So fingers crossed, this is a good take that you're actually going to see and witness. I have my Pod 2.0 by Line6 here, and I've loved using it on the channel because I've always tried to do one main thing with it, which is add different pedals to it, different enhancing, boosting, or EQing type of pedals to see how we can manipulate it and change it and get out of it. So like the Fortin 33 is a prime example of a pedal I've used on this, and I've got the Mud Killer there and plenty others you can see probably behind me, hopefully, or just look through my channel and you can just see in the thumbnails how many I have. And it's been heaps of fun. But it's come to my attention through people in the comments, which are awesome people, and I love having the conversations, that the patch that I'm using isn't the greatest foundation to kind of go off. And they're right. And to kind of double down on that, the patch was done about 10 or 11 years ago, I think, for a project that was also in different tuning than what I mainly use on this channel. So there's a lot working against it. So I thought, let's upgrade it. Let's give it a bit of a boost. So firstly, let's listen to the original one I had, and then we can poke fun at it and kind of have a go at it. Then I'll show you a new one that I've done. And then, like a lot of people have commented on as well, they want to hear it with a third-party IR, and we'll do that as well. So, firstly, let's start off with the original one, which I did years ago, that I normally use as a foundation for this channel. So very, very muddy in the bottom end. Kind of sounds like it's drowning too much because there's too much bottom end and not enough mids and trebles to kind of break through those really nice guitar frequencies that we normally like to enhance and push. And you can't get that much of aggression out of it either. And the gate is not the best on this because it takes a while to actually close. And that's where normally I would say, grab a 33 or something like that to really help bring out that aggression and that characteristics that we love. But just before I started filming this and screwing up all the different type of intros, I came up with this patch. A little bit more of a modern approach on how to do it. Not really modern, more modern for me, because I did the last patch as well, just a long, long time ago. And this is what I came up with. So the gate's still not 100%, but that's okay because it's, I can't remember how old it is, probably 25 years old, maybe 24? Roundabout, old enough to be vintage. So the fact that it still turns on and still rocking, I'm impressed. That's really cool. But to home in just on kind of keeping to the subject, this sounds a lot more clear. It's still got a little bit of fuzz to it, like, which kind of sounds like it's broken up sound in a bad way, not in a good distorted way, but still a lot more clearer with the EQing I did compared to the other one. So for drop G tuning, which is what this little bad beast is in, I've pushed the middles, taken out at the bass and cranked the treble as much as I can, and rode back a little bit of the drive to get this result. And I like it. I think that is a huge improvement. Not as much oomph compared to the other one. So there's a little bit of volume loss because there's a lot less bass. And yeah, it's frequencies, well, that's just the nature of frequencies, how they work. So now I've done that, what I want to do is, let's see if we can clean it up a little bit first, just while I've got this set up with a pedal. I don't know, I'll probably just use a 33 because it's sitting here. And we'll just see how that sounds. And then after that, we'll hop on the computer and add the third-party IR. So bear with me. I'll go in fast-forward mode just while I plug this all in. All right, now the 33 is plugged in. So we won't, this is not really an experiment to see how, like we know what the 33 does. So we'll just do a quick on and off. We'll go back to the old one first. So turn the 33 on. So that helps clean up to get rid of that muddiness that we don't like. But this is all about the new patch more. So, it's a comparison type of one. So, quick A/B comparison. I love that, but I'm fully aware that that might be too much, and that might be a little bit overkill for a practical use. But fuck, it's fun to play. That's heaps of fun. And I'm glad we did that experiment. That was worth it. So I'm going to quickly move the camera around a bit. Let's hop on the screen part and let's add a third-party IR to it. So there's a little switch at the back. It's called air mode, which is like A.I.R mode, which stands for something that I cannot remember. But it's pretty much the equivalent of an IR, what we refer to as IR now. Slightly different technology, but the same effect, so to speak, or results. So we're going to turn that off, so it's acting as if it's going directly into an amp head, so to speak, to have speakers, compared to having its own speaker simulation. So let's quickly do a nice smooth cut and go to the next part. And here we are at the computer. So let me grab the guitar. So I've set it up on a different channel, so I've still got our original recording there that you heard. And so now if we turn that off, there we go. Sounds a little bit different compared to if you're using an amp and then turning off the cab simulator or the IR. I never realized that. So I have an IR loader here with some of my favorite IRs. So let's engage that and see how it sounds. That is it does sound pretty cool. That is and the good thing about this setup I've got at the moment, if I turn that off and turn this back on, we should be able to hear Let me quickly go back. So yeah, it's interesting because now you'd want to muck around a little bit more with it once you do have your IR there to go back and to change the amp settings to fit in what you really want there. But I don't want this to be an hour and a half video going backwards and forwards and trying everything, because every time you change the IR, also in prac, you should go back and muck around with the amp settings to try find that nice equal balance that you really like. But for now, let's just leave it like this, because otherwise, actually we can do one more step, because I can't fucking help myself. Because we've got the 33 here, so now we've got the settings of this amp coming through here, because if I'm not mistaken, just making sure. That's exactly how it needs to be. So we've got the third-party IR happening there. Let's see what it sounds like with the 33 running through there as well with the third-party IR. I think it's the same conclusion as last time. It's awesome, but too much, which is really sad, because it's can you really have too much? You can, and that is how. And it hurts. It does hurt me a little bit to admit that and to accept it, but we've got to be adults sometimes, and just kind of roll with it. That's how it is. So what I thought would be cool now is, just to close off the video-ish, is I'll do a quick jam of all three different types. So we'll do the original type just as a comparison. We'll do my new patch, and then we'll do a third-party IR one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the jams. Sounds like I'm advertising for a breakfast cereal or something, but no. So the Pod, let's see if I get that in focus, 2.0. My overall conclusion is I still have a soft spot for this thing because it was one of the first bits of studio equipment that I bought when I started my home little studio. And I would be saddened if it didn't turn on, because every time I do turn it on, I am a little bit scared that it might not tick over. But it has every single time, so I'm definitely grateful of that. But there you go, you heard the 3 different versions, one with the very old patch that I did with the different tuning in mind when I originally came up with it, a brand new one I just did today, and then working with a third-party IR, which was the Coffee Audio IR pack, the Roman one from the guitarist from Jinjer, his signature packages I love. This was just the one that I had set up there, so I thought that was a perfect one to kind of use and to see how it goes. But like all my videos, I'm definitely keen to hear your feedback. How did you feel about the 3 different ones? What stood out for you? What didn't? Yeah, if you want to have a laugh and a tease about the 33 sound, by all means go for it, because you are correct. So thank you very much for joining me in this video. It was lots of fun, once again, using the Pod 2.0 and giving it another little run and keeping it, don't know about relevant, but still a point of conversation, which is a point of relevancy. I guess, which is really, really cool. And I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. Until then, stay safe.